these UB3Bs are starting to show up from Veto, and I was having a hard time deciding on it because I didn't know what was really going to fit. It's kind of hard to judge the size of it. Hoping maybe this will help for guys that are interested. Here's a standard Nalgene. They show it with a bottle in there. It makes it seem like it's a lot smaller than it is. It swallows up pretty good. And then if you have one of these little Joeys from Holstery, you can see it's quite a bit bigger than that. And even it'll fit inside of there. So I just kind of thought maybe we'd play around, bunch of random stuff, see what fits, what doesn't, and see if we can maybe figure out a good loadout for it. So I think one thing a lot of guys want this for is meters. This is kind of the biggest one I have, and it, totally fits just fine. Plenty of room for a second one, maybe a clamp meter or something like that, depending on what you have. Obviously, most of these should be fine with most screwdrivers. Pass-throughs are just on the rear, but both sides. Actually leave that in there. That's a Streamlight Stry-on. It'll fit in there tip down, which is nice. I had this before. What is this? The MPX. And it only fits in these side pockets well. You know, you can jam it in there, but it fits a lot better this way. And, you know, every once in a while you'd hit it and shoot you in the eyeballs. That's super fun. But I was kind of thinking with this that it might actually fit inside of this, kind of give you some organization on the inside. Seems to work that over there. And bottom her out. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Seems to fit well. I'll mess with that a little later. As far as front pockets, yeah, 10-inch Cobras kind of fit. They obviously gonna fit well on the sides. Might even be able to get two. There's a 10-inch Cobras in the sides. Yeah, maybe pliers wrench, something similar. Yeah. Yeah, that fits. Probably just need one. It does kind of get in the way of the handle. I'm sure you could extend that, but that would be kind of annoying. Maybe in there would actually be kind of cool. If we did that in there. The little Makita pen impact in there. That's kind of right. These are little snap-on 7-inch linemen's. Those fit in that front pocket perfect. I think a full size would probably fit just fine too. Let's leave those in there. These are the snappy tech crimpers or whatever they're called. Those would be good for that pocket. A little loose in that one. Handles are kind of rotated on those. You get what you pay for, baby. Obviously, tape clip would be just fine. Here's the LN46s. Those are a good fit in that front pocket too. The little Matco Kinepexes. They have the jaws like the twin grips, but they have a cutter a little bit smaller. Those are a good fit in there. And twin grips obviously fit as well. Those are the full size, the 200s. How wide? This is the Baco. think it's the 8-inch. It's got like the 40mm jaws. Oh yeah, it's in there full width. I wonder, just for funsies, if 300mm pliers wrench. Yeah, I don't know how practical that would be, but if for some reason you want to rock those, they fit. As far as maybe a small meter, maybe this little Hioki. This guy's actually really cool. Just need to do like voltage and continuity. Yeah, perfect. And then the accompanying Widowmaker, not quite in the small ones, but maybe in the front one with the Pika. Yeah, that worked just fine. And these little guys run the little snap-on thermostat. Yeah, that makes it in there. This is a little custom one I did with the Klein 5/16 quarter. Super handy if you're doing HVAC stuff. Yeah, they're definitely tight. But there we go. Makes it in the end. As far as what you could do on the inside, maybe a flat blade. It's always handy to have a dedicated flat blade. Let's do the LN47s, or 46s, sorry. And maybe we'll do our crimper strippers in there. Honestly, that's probably pretty solid for me. Maybe rock that guy for funsies. And then a little Makita pen impact. Still fit in the front. Oh yeah. Yeah, a little snug. But you get to everything. It's actually kind of a cool little setup. Good footprint. A lot more stable. I was using a TPLC before. And it just fall on its ass all the time. Super annoying. But obviously didn't come with a tape loop. You'd have to steal that off another bag or use a piece of 550 cord or something. But hang those off whatever you wanted, all your bits and stuff. I guess I could take this guy. These are handy to have and stick it in the smaller loop on the little MPX in there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out. Figure out how that's loaded. Yeah, so that's kind of how I had that set up with the LN46s, 10-inch Cobras, the little Klein guys, flat blade, and the crimpers. And then the outside of that. I don't know, hopefully that gives you a good idea of what you can fit in there. I was kind of hoping to run it with stuff on the outside and have room on the inside for parts, but you know, kind of digging it with the MPX inside, so we'll see what I end up on, but hope that helps.